here in the fight capital of the world, Las Vegas, Nevada, where tonight, Momentum Enterprises, in association with the Orleans Hotel and Casino, Miller Lite, Guilty Sportswear, and DirecTV are proud to present the Orleans Friday Night Fights. Damas y caballeros, buenas noches y bienvenidos al Orleans Hotel y Casino aquí en Las Vegas, Nevada. Las peleas de esta noche están aprobadas por la Comisión Atlética del Estado de Nevada. Ladies and gentlemen, tonight's bouts are sanctioned by the Nevada State Athletic Commission. The chairman is Dr. Eli Scott. Esta es la primera pelea de la noche, cuatro asaltos junior ligeros. Ladies and gentlemen, we head into our first bout this evening. It's scheduled for 4 rounds in the junior lightweight division. Los tres jueces, the 3 judges, are Bill Graham, Jerry Roth, and Glenn Trowbridge. El referee, introducing the referee in charge, and it's with great pleasure to announce that he was elected today to the Boxing Hall of Fame, referee Richard Steele. Esquina roja, pesando 132 libras, vestiendo pantalón dorado y azul, de Palmdale, California. Ladies and gentlemen, introducing first, he fights out of the red corner. He weighed in at 132 pounds, and he's wearing the gold trunks with blue trim. And he comes to us from Palmdale, California. Su récord, un ganada, un perdida, y un empate. His record stands at 1 win, 1 loss, and 1 draw. Damas y caballeros, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Marco Antonio Arauz. Y en la esquina azul, pesando 130 libras, vestiendo pantalón morado con negro, de Richmond, Virginia, ahora Las Vegas, Nevada. Ladies and gentlemen, introducing out of the blue corner, he weighed in at 130 pounds, and he's wearing the purple trunks with black trim. Originally from Richmond, Virginia, he fights and lives out of Las Vegas, Nevada. Su récord, un ganada y un perdida. His record stands at 1 win and 1 loss. Ladies and gentlemen, damas y caballeros, Jamal Hodges.
Alright, still both fighters interested. Caution you again. Really not going to hands at all. Shake hands with
All right, so we're set to go here. They'll be using the state of Nevada rules, the 10-point must-scoring system. 3 judges score the fight. There is a 3 knockdown rule in the state of Nevada. No standing 8 count, but a mandatory 8 count following knockdowns. In the case of an accidental headbutt, the fight is not official until 4 rounds are complete. A fighter cannot be saved by the bell except for in the final round, which in that case, the bell signifies the end of the contest. That's Hodges, 1-1-1 from Richmond, Virginia, living now in Las Vegas, Nevada. Both sort of wild guys. Arauz in the gold trunks to the right of your screen is a guy that says, I've got to get myself under control. I've been getting shots in the amateurs, and as a professional, in 3 amateur fights have been cut 3 times because I've been too wild. I've got to fight under control. And here in the first round, he looks like, you know, the guy has really been aggressive in the times we've seen him, Smitty, but he seems to want to box a little bit. He's got to get that jab going, though.
Yeah, he said he wants to work on his boxing skills, Arauz, and become a better boxer. He's been a brawler in the past. He had Hodges down in their first fight, of course, which was stopped because of the headbutt. You see that Hodges, the more stand-up boxer type, but he's got that chin up in the air, which could be a little dangerous.
Well, both of them have what I would consider real good amateur careers, around 30 fights as amateurs. They both won state titles as amateurs, and they both fought their early professional fights. And they're early in their career. This is only their 4th professional fight. But they both fought them amateurishly in that they just let it all hang out. Because, you know, as the amateurs, kind of like the females that only fight the 2-minute rounds, they only fight 3 rounds in the amateurs. And in the professional ranks, you've got to pace yourself. This is scheduled for 4 rounds, but you still need to pace yourself for the 3-minute round. And also, you've got to just get yourself under control. And that's what Arauz is trying to do in the gold to the left of your screen.
Hodges very tentative. Again, Bob, I look for Arauz to be able to get in that left hook. He just missed it there. But Hodges throwing the jab, but pawing with it. No power behind it. And again, he's sticking his chin up in the air, which leaves him open for the left hook.
Well, Hodges is wide open for a left hook because he is a kind of a stand-up sort of fighter. As long as he stands up, and now he fights as a southpaw comes in, and this is a very awkward style now, and Arauz can be dragged into a brawl, which he doesn't want to. He's got to stay up on his toes, bounce in, bounce out, throw the jab. He's not throwing the jab enough now, Smitty. If he wants to get himself under control and wants to control the flow of the fight, you got to throw when you come in. You can't just bounce around, and you should be doing a little side-to-side movement instead of standing right in front of this guy, because Hodges will open up. He's a wild man.
Arauz, though, not busy enough. There he goes working on his jab. He says he's trying to become a better boxer. What better way to do it than what he's doing right now, which is throwing the left jab.
Well, he's got to learn to double with that jab. There's a lot of ability in Arauz, as I can see. We talked a little bit about him getting his skills under control, and he seems to have done that. I like that, but he's got to get busy. Nice left hook, 2 left hooks, another left hook, nailed him with 3 good left hooks to the right hand, and he's ready to go. He's hanging on for dear life, and Arauz continues to throw shots. Richard Steele let him get away with it. Richard, by the way, lets him come right back in and bore shots on him. He's chasing him down now. Arauz has let caution go to the wind, and he's fighting like the amateur style that he's used to seeing him at, but he's really punishing this guy right now. He's got him in a heap of trouble in the closing seconds of this, the first round of the fight. Well, he tried to get himself under control, Smitty, and he turned into be a wild man. Now Richard Steele calls timeout. He hit after the bell on the break, and he's going to lose a point. Now, there's a round he was going to win, and now it's an even round.
Yeah, he hit on the break there, which Arauz, big mistake. He a little overly zealous. I told you that Hodges was open for that left hook, and you'll get a chance to see probably in between rounds. Wide open for that left hook. That's what got him in all the trouble, Bob.
All right, the bell ends the first round of the fight. Well, the crowd gets on Arauz, but he puts on a show. The guy is colorful. As Richard Steele just elected into Boxing's Hall of Fame, we certainly congratulate Richard because he certainly deserves it. He's one of the fine referees. Took a knock for a couple of fights, but he may have saved the life of Beldrick Taylor. On the night, a lot of people criticized him for stopping it, but he did the right thing. All right, Smitty, here's the replay, and you called the left hook, so let's see exactly what happens as it comes up here and find out if, in fact, your prognostication was exactly right.
Well, one of the things I noticed in Hodges was the fact that he was sticking that chin up in the air, and I thought he was open for the left hook. You see, this is some of the action. There's that big left hook, Bob, which got him in trouble, and he landed another one, Arauz, and then he was all over Hodges, who was in big trouble here, somehow was able to weather the storm.
Well, he hung on here, and he was ready to go down, and the bell signifies the start of the second round now. Remember, this is scheduled for 4 rounds. Bob Sheridan with Jimmy Smith. We're at the Orleans Hotel in Las Vegas, Nevada.
Chin down. A lot of fighters have a habit, like Hodges, when they get into the pro game, of sticking that chin up in the air. And when they do that, they don't last long in the pro game.
Well, this guy who had an 18-0 perfect amateur career, but fighting amateurish sort of fighters, now you move up in class when you fight the pros. Fighting as a southpaw now, jabbing with the right hand. I don't know why he does that, because he's an orthodox-style fighter, but he's trying to get Arauz off his game. But he's not going to do it. This kid is a polished kid. Again, he had around 30 professional fights, 29 to be exact, but he's a much more polished fighter than is Hamil Hodges. Hodges in the purple trunks, bouncing around to his right, with his back to you now, shifting towards the right side, well, right there with his back to you now, and facing you is Arauz.
Arauz making a mistake, though. He needs to come in and be more aggressive rather than wait and counterpunch. He's the stronger fighter, the more polished fighter, and what he needs to do, having already had Hodges in big trouble, is come in there and take over this fight in round number 2. It's only a 4-rounder.
Well, this guy is dancing away and fighting as a southpaw, and he's not really a southpaw. I was going to say, all you got to do is throw that right hand right down the middle, and you'll nail him. In this case, just come on the left and then follow up with the right hand. He can be hit with, oh, nice right hand. He won't get up from this one. He is knocked out. It's up to 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 and 6. He does get up. 7. I don't think he can continue, though. And 8. No, Richard Steele stops the fight. He was hit right on the button with the right hand, and he was knocked out before he hit the canvas. He was just on instinct able to scramble up at about the 6th count, but Richard Steele, being the great referee that he is, used his intelligence and stopped the count.
It doesn't get any better than that. That was a total coup de grace. We'll get a chance to see that shot again. I mentioned that Hodges sticking his chin up in the air. I'm very impressed, though, with Arauz, Bob. You know, I know he only has the 3 fights, but he told us that he was going to work on being a lot more composed, and he really looked a lot more composed. He also showed me some tremendous power.
All right, here we go here now. Look for the right hand. It's just a pure right hand that nails it.
One shot, and down he goes, and almost through the ropes here and onto the broadcast tables. We'll see another look at it here, Bob. You can see he's setting it up. Jab, boom! That's as good as it gets.
He comes right through, and Jane Broadford, the timekeeper, has to kind of hold him back in there. She begins the count, but she almost had a fighter in her lap. So a dramatic ending to the first fight of our night of knockouts. They call it the night of knockouts here, and so far in fight number 1, we got the big knockout for you. Jamil Hodges, who Smitty mentioned was exposed for the left hook, and eventually it was the right hand that got him because, as Smitty said, he didn't tuck his chin. And Smitty, that's something you know about because when you were fighting, you used to tuck and run a lot.
Yeah, I did.
All right, here comes the ring announcer, Jake.
Damas y caballeros, el tiempo, 1 minuto, 41 segundos. Ladies and gentlemen, the time of 1 minute and 41 seconds of the second round. Referee Richard Still stops this bout. The winner by knockout